lovely Basic 1 pupil of Vikidyl. You're welcome to our third term's online lessons. Beginning this week, we'll be starting our third term scheme. It is very important that you prepare very well. Get your writing materials, your textbook, exercise books, your ruler, your pencils, erasers, and ensure you're involved. I, your most favorite teacher, Teacher Victoria, will still be taking you on mathematics. Are you ready? God bless you. In mathematics, we'll be having part 1 and part 2 every week. So we'll begin with the part 1. Your first topic for the third term is on shapes and geometry. Shapes and geometry. During and at the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify shapes, draw shapes, state properties of shapes, name common objects with these shapes. What are shapes? A shape is a form of an object. A shape is a form of an object. Example, we have a ball. What is the shape of the ball? Means that is the form of the object ball. The shape of the ball is circle, and so circle forms the shape of the ball. What are geometry? Geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with shapes and figures. Geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with shapes and figures. Please ensure you copy these notes. When you want to copy, you pause and copy. We have two types of shapes. Two-dimensional shapes, usually called the 2D shapes, and three-dimensional shapes, also called the 3D shapes. In this part 1, we'll be dealing on two-dimensional shapes, the 2D shapes. Let's look at some of the examples here. On the screen are examples of two-dimensional shapes. We have the circle. Look at the properties of circle. Number 1, it has one side. It has one side. 2, the side is curved. The side is curved this way. Is curved. And it has no corners. It has no corners. Square. Square. It has 4 sides. It has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. All the sides are all the same size. All the sides are of the same size. It has 4 corners. Let's look at the corner together. That's the first corner there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 corners. Triangle. 1. It has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. 3 sides. The sides are straight, as you can see in your textbook. It has 3 corners. It has 3 corners. Let's look at the corners together. 1. That's the first corner there. 2, 3. The next shape there is rectangle. Rectangle. 1. It has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. 2. The opposite sides are equal. The left side is opposite to the right side, and they are equal. The up side is opposite to the downside, and they are equal. It has 4 corners. That's the first corner there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 corners. This you can find on page 146 of your textbook. Now open with me to page 147 of your textbook. Page 147 of your textbook. We have more examples of 2-dimensional shapes. More examples of 2-dimensional shapes. There we have the first one, parallelogram. It has 4 sides. The opposite sides are parallel. What do you mean by parallel? Parallel are lines that can never meet. So the opposite sides are parallel. What do we mean? Here, this side is opposite to the up side. No matter how long those lines can be drawn, they will never meet. That's what we call parallel lines. Lines that can never meet are called parallel lines. And the opposite sides are equal in length. We have the pentagon, which has 5 sides. We have the hexagon, 6 straight sides with 6 corners. We have the heptagon, 7 straight sides with 7 corners. We also have the heptagon, 7 straight sides with 7 corners. And finally, we have the kite, 4 straight sides and 4 corners. Look at the base of your textbook on page 147. The arrows there indicate what we mean by the corners, the sides, and the sides. Look at the square. You can find the corners of the square indicated by the arrow. The triangle is same, where we call the side, and the corner is indicated by the arrow. Let's continue. Now we'll be doing our classwork. This you can find on page 148 of your textbook. We have some shapes there. Precisely, there are 9 shapes there. We'll be taking 5 of the shapes for classwork. I'll be doing that together with me. So, let's do it together. The name of the shape here, the first shape is a black square. A black square. So, we write here square. The space might not be enough, so we'll use symbols to indicate the name of the square. The name of this is square. Square is spelled S-Q-U-A-R-E, square. S-Q-U-A-R-E. How many sides does a square have? A square has 4 sides. It has 4 sides. 4 sides. How many corners? 4 corners. The second shape is a circle. We'll also use the alphabet C to represent a circle. Let's spell a circle. C-I-R-C-L-E. Circle. C-I-R-C-L-E. Circle. How many sides does a circle have? It has 1 side. 1 side. How many corners? It doesn't have any corner, so we'll use nil. It does not have any corner, so we'll use nil. The next shape there is a pentagon. Pentagon. It is spelled, we'll use P to denote pentagon, and it is spelled P-E-N-T-A-G-O-N. Pentagon. P-E-N-T-A-G-O-N. Pentagon. How many sides does it have? It has 5 sides. It has 5 sides. How many corners does it have? 5 corners. 5 corners. The next shape there is a rectangle. A rectangle. We'll also use the first alphabet to denote a rectangle. Beginning with letter R. How is it spelled? R-E-C-T-A-N-G-L-E. R-E-C-T-A-N-G-L-E. Rectangle. It has 4 sides and 4 corners. And our last shape for classwork is a triangle. Triangle. We'll also use T to denote triangle. How many sides does a triangle have? 3 sides. 3 sides. How many corners? 3 corners. Let's write that well. 3 corners. So we have done the first 5 words as classwork on your page 148. So it means we have come to the end of part 1 for week 2. Let's look at your homework. This is the 148 we just did. So you'll be expected to begin with the hexagon, parallelogram, and the heptagon with the kite. The last 4 shapes on that page. We did the first 5. So your homework begins from the last 4 shapes, which is the hexagon. It's found on page 148. More questions on exercise 2. Answer all the questions on exercise 2 and all the questions on exercise 3. When you're done with the homework, snap your answers and send it to me on a private chat or this group chat. But if you don't want to send the soft copy, ask mommy or daddy to drop the hard copy in the school, as I'm here in school to receive it, and I'll also mark and evaluate for you. Ensure you do your homework on the textbook. Do your homework on the textbook. For now, we have come to the end of today's lesson. See you in the next lesson. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Bye-bye.